Rohit, Bu Shanti. So before we move to our next session, we would like to show you a video from Pak Rohit's presentation earlier. Kita akan mendapatkan spill lagi bagaimana untuk bisa menang di Smarties Awards nanti.
Here are your top 5 tips from the Smarties jury to craft a winning entry. 1. Craft a compelling story. Write with impact. Think of your entry as a captivating short story. Avoid dry technical jargon. Focus on what makes your campaign unique and engaging. Target a broad audience. Remember, the judges come from diverse backgrounds. Strive for clarity, simplicity, and an enjoyable reading experience. Substance and impact matter. Showcase the results your campaign achieved. Use visuals like charts in the video to present data effectively. Polish your work. Proofread meticulously for typos, grammatical errors, and inconsistencies. A polished entry shows professionalism. Address challenges head-on. Explain the hurdles you faced and how your campaign overcame them. Answer all questions completely. Don't leave any gaps in your entry. The judges rely on the information you provide. 2. Context is king. Benchmark your results. Don't just present raw numbers. Provide context by including industry benchmarks. Highlight competitive advantage. Show how your campaign stacked up against your competitors. Align KPIs and results. Clearly demonstrate how your campaign met or exceeded its defined KPIs. Storytelling through data. Weave a narrative around your results, explaining the why behind the numbers. Keep it clear and concise. Make it easy to understand. Judges evaluate numerous entries. Simplify your message for maximum impact. 3. Creative requirements. Bring your vision to life. Showcase your work with video. A video is highly recommended to complement your written entry. Focus on the idea. Use the video to explain your campaign's concept and creative execution. Summarize key elements. Condense the challenge, strategy, objectives, execution, and outcome into a clear and concise video. Time is of the essence. Keep your video under 3 minutes. Prioritize clarity. Use high-quality visuals and a clear English narration or subtitles if necessary. Plan for showcase. Consider potential limitations, e.g. music licensing that might restrict video usage. 4. Understanding jury scoring. Submissions are considered according to strategy, execution, activity, business impact. 5. Learn from the best. Review past winning entries. Get inspired by visiting the Smarties Winners Gallery and the MMA Case Studies Hub.
Okay, next I'm gonna show a short highlight reels from the 2024 Smarties jury meeting. So our next session is behind the judging process, the criteria, insight, and best practices from the 2024 main jury. Nah untuk itu saya akan mengundang Ibu Shanti Tolani yang akan menjadi moderator untuk sesi ini. Tadi Ibu Shanti juga ada di video dan bersama Ibu Shanti akan ikut Pak Bahari CK, Vice President Gojek, dan Ryan Morris Talula, Founder and Chief Visionary Officer from Bardi Smart Home. Silahkan.
Hi.
Hai.
Hi, good to see you. Pak Bahari, I was a bit shocked. Tadi belum kelihatan, so I said, waduh, akan ada nggak ya? But this is, I think, the most interesting part of, this is personally as MMA, is the most interesting part of the entire Smarties process gitu. Is the jury meeting day, karena itu dramanya banyak, argumentsnya banyak, bantersnya luar biasa, bisa bikin sinetron India. Beneran, it's really exciting. And for all of you who are here today, if you have won a Smarties Awards, very well done. Karena dari pre-screening prosesnya pun sampai dengan main jury proses itu bener-bener ketat banget. We have some of the best industry leaders like Bapak-Bapak with me today as the jury members. We focus on that. Jadi Smarties misalnya nih ya, Smarties jury meeting tuh bulan September, bulan Februari aja kita udah line up jury untuk tahun ini gitu. Earlier today we showcased some of the jury members, in fact all the jury members for 2025. I will request my team later in the FOHA to replay that video. But I would say terima kasih to both of you who have been part of MMA as the biggest supporters, and I know tahun 2024 kemarin itu pertama kali kalian jadi juri di Smarties Awards Indonesia. So without my kacamata I cannot read. Aku pengen tanya karena kan sebagai memang kan every year we are a part of the whole jury process ya. Tapi untuk kalian kan pertama kali tuh. Nah, for the audience here and for me also, I would love to know what was your favorite personal memory from the jury process last year. I know there are a lot of debates, lot of surprises, tapi ada nggak sesuatu like aha moment atau kayak interesting moment that has stuck to you from the jury experience last year?
Sure. Kalau dari aku dulu, aku tuh in Indonesian atau in?
Boleh,
Okay.
gado-gado.
Semuanya nyaman bahasa Indonesia? Nyaman. Garuda di dadaku, jadi kita Indonesia. Jadi aku tuh practice digital marketing paling banyak tuh di lower funnel lah ya. Jadi gimana sampai ada penjualan, sistem di Google sampai ada purchase. Nggak pernah mikirin yang unsur-unsur bikin orang nangis, unsur-unsur nostalgia itu. Wah itu waktu aku ngelihat campaign yang di present, wah itu sih ada nostalgia dulu minum Milo waktu masih kecil, terus sampai dia gede masih lari. Sampai kita, oh kalau kecil aja minum Milo, gede masa minum Milo nggak sehat. Ada Dono Kasino Indro. Ada Sasa jadi cincin, ini tuh nggak dangerous. Wah itu sih main ke emotional feeling itu dari submission menurut aku itu very interesting ya. Tapi yang melebihi dari submission itu ngelihat subjectivity-nya dari masing-masing pelaku industri. Karena ada yang dari pelaku rokok, ada yang dari pelaku logistik yang sangat suka ngerokok. Ada juga dari beragam banget industrinya. Dan masing-masing kita dengan subjectivity kita masing-masing tapi bisa didudukin sama seorang chairperson. Pada saat itu Bapak dari PNG ya, yang bisa benar-benar membawa kita menyatukan semua subjectivity menjadi sesuatu objektif hasil gitu. Dan ngelihat proses itu berjalan yang menurut aku sih sangat interesting bagaimana setiap orang punya subjective view masing-masing, tapi ketika itu bisa disatukan dengan manajemen yang boleh dibilang rigid and strict and structured mungkin karena udah bertahun-tahun, tiba-tiba jadi sesuatu yang objektif gitu. Yeah, I think that's what's most interesting for me.
Very cool, very cool. Bapak, you were there on the second day kan of the jury gitu ya. What was your aha moment? What was your highlight?
Jadi kalau saya sendiri kan orang kreatif ya, dari dulu di agency, baru sekarang ke client side ya di Gojek, tapi udah cukup lama, udah 7 tahun lebih gitu. Jadi baru sekali ini ngumpul sama orang-orang kayak chef-chef ya dapur marketing berbagai brand gitu, ngumpul semua gitu. Ternyata sama ya, kalau di client side itu kayak dapur marketing itu sama semua gitu. Dan serunya kemarin itu di tim kita ya, di grup kita itu yang isi ya selusin lebih itu, jurinya objektif banget gitu. Objektif, jadi banyak sekali argumen, debat gitu, itu banyak banget gitu. Dan seru banget ini, kayak berasa kayak di kantor nih.
Yeah, thank you. Yang seru adalah, jadi both these lovely gentlemen were part of the jury on 2 different days. Kan nggak mungkin ya, 100 sekian, I think 170 something finalists, final campaigns would be judged by just a group of people. Jadi kita bagi 2 grup, and both of them represented both jury groups with different jury presidents and jury observers. So I think that was like extremely interesting to see both the days punya jury perspective sih. So thank you for sharing. This question is also for both of you. Basically kan, we mentioned earlier ya, as you also put it, Pak Ryan, kan banyak banget itu C-level semua, Presdir, CEO, CMO, you know, all just like both of you are the most senior people from the marketing landscape in Indonesia ya. And we have from various diverse industries kan, FMCG, banking, insurance, ada F&B, ada retail, ada fashion dan segala macam, from different backgrounds lah. What was your entire perception of the voting system, the scoring system, pas lagi kita seru-serunya kayak okay, ini collective scoring, bronze, silver, gold dan segala macam. That whole jury process, which for us karena kita every year kita tuh we continuously witness the whole process and the way each and every campaign has been dissected and discussed gitu ya. For us it's a different lens. But for you, both of you, having so many thought leaders in that room, so many point of views gitu ya. How did you view the whole voting process? From your lens gitu, how did you view it?
Ya, sesuatu yang memorable pada saat itu lagi masih belum lama dari zaman-zamannya orang walkout ya. Jadi habis kita debat-debat nggak berapa lama tiba-tiba chairman-nya walkout gitu. I was quite surprised kan, ini kenapa chairman-nya walkout, nggak taunya karena kita mulai mau bahas PNG, ada salah satu submission di campaign yang mau dibahas. Tiba-tiba chairman-nya walkout gitu. Habis selesai aku nanya gitu, baru ternyata begitu. So it was very objective, bahkan the chairperson nggak ada any say ketika di voting tentang yang punya dia. That's the first part. Yang second part sebenarnya yang paling seru adalah ketika kalau tahun kemarin ngelihat ada banyak yang kayak nggak ada bronze tapi ada 2 gold. Itu sih udah debat yang seru. Jadi kalau ngelihat campaign itu ada 1 gold, 1 bronze, 1 silver tuh udah normal. Tapi kalau ngelihat yang tahun kemarin itu ya aku lihat banyak yang multiple gold, nggak ada bronze, itu berarti kan debatnya semua masing-masing seru-seru banget. Dan ketika MMA itu sekarang submissionnya makin banyak, 800-an, dulu cuma 200-an. Aku lihat tuh dulu submissionnya tapi ketara banget gitu Bu. Ada yang bagus banget, ada yang biasa aja. Sekarang mungkin karena submissionnya segitu banyak, udah selesai dari pre-screening, yang nyampe ke juri mungkin yang udah bagus-bagus semua kan. Itu sih debatnya ketika udah 99 lawan 98 dibanding 99 lawan 70, wah itu udah a different kind of debate gitu. Udah lebih menurut saya, tapi karena begini udah nggak terlalu unsur objektifnya tuh tadinya nggak gitu kelihatan, tapi balik lagi di ujungnya kelihatan. Itu yang menurut aku sangat sesuatu lah.
Iya. Setuju. Gimana Pak?
Kalau dari gue sendiri, yang gue suka banget ya, gue jadi udah sebelum di MMA sudah ngejuri di beberapa award show, tapi kreatif biasanya semuanya. Sistemnya ini bagus banget. Jadi jadi pertama kali kan kita online ya, toolsnya bagus. I have to give it to you guys. Toolsnya bagus, sangat membantu juri untuk kayak streaming, download apa segala macamnya tuh cepat, cara ngejurinya, ngelihat progresnya udah berapa lama itu cukup bagus. Kemudian nggak sampai situ ya, kemudian pas kita offline, jadi lama sekali nih penjuriannya, jujur aja ya, materi itu ada 100.
Bisa 8 jam ya.
Nah, lebih, the whole process lebih. Jadi materinya udah ada 100 biji, case study yang harus kita lihat satu persatu, dan nggak bisa di skip. Jadi benar-benar harus dikerjainnya benar-benar gitu. Terus pas kita offline, apa yang sudah kita bikin di online itu di challenge satu ruangan gitu, yang challenge 10 orang lebih gitu. Kayaknya menurut gue ini harusnya skornya nggak begini deh, reasonnya begini. Terus mereka kan chief marketing semua gitu, jadi ngomongnya tuh semuanya dengan objectivity gitu. Kalau menurut data, bla 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 bla, oh seru banget itu. Menurut gue objectivity-nya tinggi sekali pas penjurian. Jadi kayaknya subjectivity tidak banyak itu ya. Dan kalau gue lihat kayak semua juri tuh bekerja keras untuk kayak ngasih hasil yang terbaik gitu. Karena ini tujuan award show kan buat ngasih contoh gitu ya. Itu sih.
Aduh, thank you banget. Karena seringkali ya, yang they don't make it to the finalist, they always say, MMA, why we don't make it to the finalist? And I say, it's not our job. Ada jury membersnya gitu ya.
Kita udah berantem di ruangan.
Aduh, berantem beneran. I'm telling you, my team will give you all the inside story. So thank you for sharing, the details, because I say it again, and thank you for having them. Every single decision is made by the jury, whether it is at a pre-screener level or the main jury level. MMA sets a platform. We invalidate, if you're judging your own campaign, you're judging your competitor's campaign, we invalidate the scoring because it flashes immediately, and there is a 3-way checking process. Jadi sebelum ke main jury aja, every campaign is viewed by 8 to 10 pre-screeners. It'll be invalidated if there is any, if somebody doesn't claim that it's a conflict, it goes back into the system. Okay, and then at the main jury level, as Pak Bahari said kan, jadi pas sudah 2 weeks, these jury members will get their own password, they will log in, log off whenever they can to view all the campaigns. Pas jury meeting itu bisa 8 jam, dari jam makan siang sampai jam 7-8 sore malam gitu ya. With that kind of intensity. So really, first things first is, we really want to let you know that we've gone through the whole day, how to write the best campaign, how to write the best case study, but really think of how you are going to let your campaign be faced by bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu yang sangat luar biasa, and they will be discussing your campaign in that meeting room during the jury meeting day. So that's the level of thought process I would suggest, for sure. But thank you for sharing that, Pak. Now, getting back to maybe Pak Bahari dulu, let's talk about 2 or 3 things that are the key winning formula for some of the best campaigns that you witnessed, supaya yang ada campaign tahun ini 2025, what are the 2-3 things they have to have, and it was a consistent thing that you noticed between all the winning campaigns tahun lalu. Apa yang 2-3 hal itu tuh?
Ya, sebenarnya ini learning nggak cuma dari tahun lalu, tapi dari sebelum-sebelumnya juga ya. Jadi sebenarnya tujuan dari award show begini kan buat bukan buat showcase ya, tapi buat grow di industri. Jadi supaya semua orang tuh dapat pengetahuan, oh kerjaan yang bagus tuh begini loh, supaya teman-teman yang lain juga up their game ya. So gue mungkin mengulang lagi dari speaker yang sebelumnya tadi, key number 1 itu adalah newness. Idenya baru, belum pernah lihat gitu. Nah jadi di waktu kita ngejuri 100 case study itu ya, banyak sekali yang strateginya tuh bagus, tapi begitu come to the campaign, ada beberapa mungkin yang ya ini udah pernah lihat, udah pernah lihat. Ya kan Pak Rian kan?
Setuju.
Jadi kita pasti kalau ngeliat, wah ini baru nih, langsung taruh pinggir gitu, diparkirin gitu. Itu pertama gitu, jadi newness. Yang kedua tentunya masih ada aja ya kalau padahal di MMA gitu ya, yang ngirim kerjaan tapi resultnya nggak jelas gitu, resultnya nggak jelas gitu kan. Kita, kalau gue sih mungkin nggak ngerti ya orang kreatif ya, tapi teman-teman kayak Parian dan chief marketing itu ngerti sekali itu kalau angka-angka yang nggak make sense ya, yang terlalu dikarang baru berapa lama bisa hasil berapa lama, itu most of the jury itu akan question. Bahkan di tengah penjurian pun kita buka laptop nyari gitu. Ini beneran nggak sih kayak begini-gini nih? Nah, so satu tadi newness, kedua kayak resultnya kalau bisa memang impactful dan real gitu. Ya kemudian ya kombinasi itulah ya. Jadi idenya fresh, kemudian impact-nya bagus seperti campaign yang BCA tadi, I think we are looking for something like that ya.
Thank you. Yeah. Pak Rian, I want to turn it around and ask you, what are the red flags, that the common 2 or 3 common mistakes that we noticed from last year's campaigns that you felt, aduh ini redundant red flags, supaya tahun ini yang submit, they don't do that same mistake.
I think out of the 8 hours ish yang kita ada di satu ruangan itu, about half an hour was spent ngelihat kategori ini tuh ada di submit di kategori yang lain atau enggak. Karena we were debating kayak ini kalau di submit kategori ini udah pasti menang nih, setidaknya bronze. We spend like 10 minutes to lihat apakah dari pre-screening juri ada sampai hapus dia sebenarnya apa. Ternyata nggak ada, and we were sad like 3 times. Itu setengah jam karena 10 menit ngecek 3 kali. Dan itu sih sayang banget. If only they submitted to the right category, which the chat the AI thing can help. To select the kategori yang mana, they may have won. Nah itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, I think they mungkin cuma excess capital atau excess money, they did not submit to win it. Misspelling, there were typo, there were data yang nggak di-input padahal diklaim di atas. Dan satu lagi yang menurut aku paling sering menjadi pembicaraan, ya I think aku dan mama aku pasti ngerasa aku ganteng gitu. Company pasti ngerasa dia punya data itu valid, tapi validnya tuh kenapa? Why should we trust what you say is the impact gitu? Nah itu yang sering kali nggak di-present, bahkan kadang datanya pun nggak disubmit. Udah disubmit nggak ada data validation, kadang datanya pun nggak ada. Nah jadi itu tadi cross kategori yang seharusnya kategorinya di mana disubmit ke tempat yang lain. Yang kedua is the data nggak dimasukin atau datanya nggak divalidate.
Very interesting, Pak. Sebenarnya this is good that you're sharing your point of view. Whatever you have mentioned has been also captured in the Smarties booklet that we released today juga, karena banyak hal itu we consolidated from the jury observers, from some of the jury members of all around Asia Pacific punya jury session. So this is really valid, especially in Indonesia. I think tadi if you witnessed Pak Rohit's explanation when we had Indonesia Reels, Indonesia was the only country, rightfully so, that had that specific mention of please submit to the right category. Sayang kalau enggak. Okay, thank you, Pak. Okay, back to Pak Bahri. Actually, this question is for both of you, but Bapak you can answer first. Kan you represent different industries kan, tapi in the judging campaign, in the judging jury process itu kan kita lihat banyak campaigns dari vertical, very different verticals from what your line of business is, right? For both of you.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, you know, what were the key learnings from 1 or 2 of those campaigns that you thought were mind-blowing that you could implement in your own business? Or that you take those learnings, tapi dari campaign yang kemarin yang you felt this is really, this is superb and I can take these learnings and I can actually implement them. Ada nggak sesuatu seperti itu?
Sebenarnya kan saya kan anak kreatif ya, bukan anak marketing gitu ya. Tapi begitu ngelihat begitu banyak strategi ya, kayak marketing strategi belum sampai part kreatifnya itu, nah di situ gue belajar banyak tuh. Oh ternyata di dapur-dapur lain marketingnya jago-jago juga nih gitu. Dan kayak berpikir keras gitu. I can see everyone is thinking very very hard how to win for their brands. Kalau spesifik mungkin enggak ya, spesifik mungkin enggak. Tapi ada yang memorable banget, boleh sebut brandnya enggak? Boleh. Oh boleh. Gue nggak tahu ini menang apa enggak ya, tapi ini memorable gitu, kayak yang Hansa Plus gitu. Sebetulnya yang dilakuin itu normal banget, bikin konten, pakai persona ada archetype ya, keluarga, ada ibu, bapak, anak, bla 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 gitu. Tapi menurut gue secara konten strategi biasa banget. Everyone is doing the same thing, ya, it's not new. What is very good about the marketing strategy is mereka produknya tuh spot on banget, ya, buat cover cellulite ya. Gue masih ingat sampai sekarang gitu. Gue sih nggak punya cellulite, but people around me has. So produknya simple, mereka juga nggak overcomplicate dengan campaign yang terlalu kreatif gimana-gimana. Message-nya simple banget dan langsung nyampe. Sometimes the best campaign is on the strategy or in the product. Jadi kreatifnya tuh nggak harus do all the heavy lifting gitu. Although mungkin nggak winning, tapi kerjaan-kerjaan yang seperti itu tuh membekas gitu.
Sebenarnya mereka menang, campaign menang.
Gak inget aku. Ya. Bagus kalau menang.
Ya, setuju banget sama Pak Bahari ya. Jadi I think those that win, mereka tuh very simple, simplicity wins. Tapi yang kompleks, sebenarnya yang susah itu kan bikin jadi mudah gitu. Mudah untuk bikin susah, sangat susah untuk bikin mudah. Nah, tapi yang aku lihat tuh banyak pekerjaan behind the scene untuk menentukan the one message yang mau di voice out. Tadi contohnya aku kayak Sasa, we are not evil, we are the good people. Milo, we have been with you since you are young, why don't you believe us now gitu. Kayak that kind of message kan very simple. BCA, ya Dono Kasino Indro. Tapi yang sebenarnya mereka voice out adalah we are no longer competing with anyone, we wanna grow the whole industry. Ya kita udah number one, no debate gitu. That's what I get from one single message. Dono Kasino Indro by BCA itu udah bukan pakai BCA ya, nggak ada. Dia udah this is the whole bank industry punya keresahan. I'm gonna solve this because I'm such a big chunk of the whole industry. Itu yang aku dapat dari yang BCA Dono Kasino Indro. Nah jadi with that simplistic message for masing-masing orang punya perspektif yang akan ngelihatnya berbeda. I think it all comes down to strategi partnya sebelum the execution part. Dan itu yang aku belajar banget sih. Karena kita harus mikir arahnya kemana sebelum mikir eksekusinya. Karena arahnya kemana lebih penting dari the execution part.
That's a very, very valid point. Thank you for sharing that, Pa. And I completely agree with you on the overall thing lah. Kalau kita dari awal, tadi we heard the whole case study and we'll hear the Unilever team as well nanti kan. Jadi from how that simple idea was actually executed and it became such a big story, I think the journey is more important. Okay, to Pak Bahari, back to you. Kan kita udah bahas ya AI, personalization, retail media, social marketing, banyak hal lah ya. So a lot of tech-driven innovation is in place. What do you think the next set of jury members will expect to see in this year's submissions? Kira-kira apa lagi nih yang mereka akan anticipate?
Jujur aku kurang pintar meramal masa depan, tapi kayaknya the keyword pasti AI ya. Cuman mungkin begini, yang kemarin juga kita udah ada AI tapi masih level basic ya. Sekarang kan udah canggih banget. Kita lihat nanti berapa latahnya brand menggunakan AI. Apakah memang sesuai dengan objektif apa enggak. Tapi kalau my personal point of view ya, one thing might change a lot in marketing is about content. Sekarang bikin konten gampang banget and very fast. Ya, very fast, very quick, tapi belum tentu bagus. Tapi bisa cepat banget sekarang. Kalau dulu bikin yang bagus susah dan lama dan nggak bisa banyak karena mahal. Jadi sekarang bikin yang cepat gampang, bikin banyak gampang, tinggal bikin bagusnya aja, gitu.
Interesting. Yes, Pak. Pak, for Pak Rian, kalau if you are looking at the submissions for this year, what's the one strategic shift or emerging theme that brands and agencies cannot ignore, like you should just not ignore?
Yeah, I think it would be the dynamic iteration based on first party data. Contohnya kayak personalization. Say for example, ternyata video ini tuh working at night, video ini working in the morning, and it's all AI driven by first party data tentunya. Jadi memasang signalnya, lalu membacanya dan membuat iteration itu terjadi in a closed loop dan within a short period of time. I think that's something that definitely cannot be ignored. Tapi ya tadi masalah personalization atau masalah ganti kreatifnya atau ganti message atau ganti call to action atau apapun yang di-iterate, itu mungkin beda-beda. Tapi I think it's about the iteration, dynamic iteration based on first party data itu.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for your thoughts, for sharing them so authentically. We still have about 2 or 3 minutes. Ada pertanyaan dari audience. This is a good chance to ask from a jury perspective because many times you have questions kan kayak gimana. I remember last year somebody said kalau brand kita tuh nge-push harus menang Smarties Awards. Jadi do a campaign supaya bisa menang Smarties Awards. But the idea should be like do a great campaign so you win a Smarties Awards. It's not the other way around gitu ya. But any questions for the two lovely gentlemen. Any questions from the audience? Ada pertanyaan? Silakan, jangan malu-malu. Ada? No? Oke.
Kalau nggak ada yang mau nanya, aku yang mau nanya Pak Bahari. Karena my
Boleh.
submission failed during his day.
Oh ya?
Oh iya, I
Ayo
submitted
loh.
for Bardion, dia bilang no, this sucks.
Oh terrible.
Wah, udah kita sakit
Gone,
hatinya
sakit
dalam
hati.
banget.
Bohong tuh bohong.
Kita mau nanya kenapa. Tapi it fail on your day, Pak. Maybe you didn't say it sucks.
I have to tell you this inside story. Every time we release the shortlisted entries, jadi misalnya tahun lalu nih 800 yang masuk ini kan jadi masuk Smarties. Tapi yang shortlisted cuma 100 sekian, 150 sekian, 160 every year. Can you imagine the drama that the calls that we get? Ini aja Bapak Rian udah gini, kenapa kita?
Langsung ditodong gua.
Langsung. MMA tuh udah 3 hari setelah itu nggak bisa tidur, nggak bisa apapun, because we are really trying to say it's the jury decision. Please believe us. Here they are. Thank you once again, gentlemen. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Thank you, Bu Santi.
Thank you.
Vika will join you on stage untuk memberikan token of appreciation. And meanwhile, saya juga ingin menyapa Ibu Mutia Nadika, Chief Revenue Officer dari MTech Media. Thank you for coming, untuk dropping by. Oke, selanjutnya kita lakukan sesi foto bersama. In 3, 2, 1, cheers! Thank you very much. Boleh kembali ke tempat duduk masing-masing. Okay, so next session will be the Advertiser of the Year panel. What it takes to win, lesson from Indonesia's 2024 Advertiser of the Year. Nah, sebelum kita masuk ke panel berikutnya, kita akan putar video dari showcase Agen 1000 Sunlight Empowering Indonesian Women dan Me Time to We Time Reuniting